All right, hey everyone, my name is Matt Ross, and I am a teacher and boys soccer coach at Northwest Classen High School. And today I'm going to take you through a short tutorial on how to create a Donorschoose account, and then go ahead and how to post a live Donorschoose project so that you can get some items for your program and begin receiving donations for those. So you're going to go ahead and open up any browser, and we're going to go to the address donorschoose.org. donorschoose.org. And when we get to this home page, up in the top right corner, we should see this button that says sign in. We're going to click that. And if you already have created an account, this is where you would sign in and go to your home page in Donorschoose. But if you haven't created an account, we're going to scroll down to the bottom of this box where it says create your account. And we're going to click on that. So these are all the things we're going to do to set up our teacher account. We'll go ahead and click this blue button that says set up a teacher account. And we're going to answer some of these questions. Are you a full-time educator employed by a public school? If you are a full-time teacher in one of our schools, you're going to click yes there. And see, then it goes on to ask you the question, do you spend at least 75% of your time working directly with students? So if you're a teacher, you would click yes. If you're an adjunct coach, you are actually not eligible to post Donorschoose projects. But you could ask one of your assistant coaches who might be a teacher full-time, or you could ask just a teacher in your school if they would be willing to do this for you. So I can answer more questions if you have some things about or some ideas about what to do there. You can't be a principal or administrator, substitute or volunteer or student teacher. So I am not one of those, so I'll click yes. And I commit that this is for my students. It can't be just something the coach is going to use. The students need to be directly using it or getting an experience from this item. So yes, there. And it says I'm eligible, so we'll go ahead and get started. So I've already read through this, so I'm just going to scroll down through it and say that I acknowledge that I've read and understood this agreement. And I'm going to scroll to the bottom. I've read the fine print and I'll play by the rules. So now I'm going to go on to finding my school. So all you have to do here is type the name of your school and it should pop up pretty soon. I'm a teacher at Northwest Classen, so I'm going to click there. And I want to check all this information to make sure it is correct. It is correct. So I'm going to hit yes, continue. Now it's wanting you to check the grades that you are teaching, and I teach all high school students, so I'll click all those. Most of my students are in the 11th grade, so I'll click there. And then I'm describing my position here. So I am a math teacher and soccer coach. If there's any way you could describe your position, put it there. And I'm going to enter my contact information now. So we're going to type in our first name, last name. I'll put my title, put in my cell phone. Now your cell phone here, it says it's not the primary way they'll contact you. I've never gotten a text message or a call from Donorschoose at all. They always contact you via email. So don't be worried about them blowing up your phone if you are. Next, I'm going to put in my email. It says using your personal email is best here. That is because if you were to ever switch school districts, you would be able to keep using the same Donorschoose account. All you would have to do is go in and change the school you're at. So they say to use personal email, but really any email will work here. So I'm going to go ahead and type in my email. Both times. And then just create a password. Make sure it says that your password string is okay. And we're going to type that in twice. And now that we've done that, we're going to click review. And it says I am eligible, and this is all my information that I put in, so it should be good. So we're going to go ahead and go on to the teacher tutorial. Just tells you a few basic things about Donorschoose. This is a welcome screen. And then it's just saying that there is Donorschoose teachers all over our country in every state. It's used to buy supplies, high-tech items, class trips, all sorts of things. We call these, when we request items, we call that a project. And through these projects, we can also get partner funding opportunities, which we're going to talk about more through Dick's Sporting Goods. 83% of projects that are less than $400 are successful. So the lower the price, the higher percentage you have to get them completed. And the way Donorschoose works is you get your donations and they do not actually cut you a check. When you pick your items that you want, they purchase them for you and then they ship them directly to your school. So it's a pretty easy process. You don't have to come up with a PO or anything like that. Anytime you hit like some problems, you can always click help and it'll walk you through some solutions. And here's just a quote from one of the teachers that used Donorschoose before, and they just really think it's beneficial. All right, so now we've got to this slide. They have sent us a link in our email that is verifying our account. So whatever email you just typed into your profile, you want to go to that email right now and check for that verification. And so I'm going to refresh my email here. And I just got my Donorschoose activation email. So I'm going to click on that. And I want to complete my registration by clicking on this link. So I click on this link here, and it couldn't be displayed, but I think now that I go to sign in, it should be activated since I clicked that link. And on your computer, more than likely, it would just take you directly to here. Looks like I'm having some trouble with my email. Let's try this again. Okay, so I'm going to copy and paste this. This will work better probably. Copy and paste this directly here. And there we go. Now I've activated my account. And so I am now in my Donorschoose profile. You'll see up here in the top right corner, it doesn't say sign anymore. It says Mr. Ross. Okay, so I'm going to click there. And then I want to click projects because that's going to take me where I can create a project. And this is kind of our little homepage profile for all of our projects and anything we're going to do on Donorschoose. This is really the page we're going to spend the most time on. So we're ready now. We've created a profile. We're ready to create a project. So I'm going to go ahead and click this blue button right here that says create a project. And I'm going to go take you through the process of creating a project. So this is going to be a standard project, just me asking for some items for my team. So I'm going to keep, more than likely, you're going to keep it on that blue button there. A thing we do not want to forget before we hit let's go is definitely we want to click on this button right here that says got a campaign code, because that is going to allow us to get that partner matching opportunity that we talked about a while ago. Dick's Sporting Goods has one right now that will match your donations for all team sports. So we want to make sure we get that. So by pressing that button, campaign code, and then we're going to type in sports matter. All one word, sports matter. By pressing OK, now you'll see that the Dick's Sporting Good Foundation match has been applied to our project so that we can get those matching funds. So we want to make sure we do that. We don't want to miss out on that free money. So now that I've done that, we're just going to hit let's go. It's still, those are my grades that I've picked. Number of students, I have about 60 kids on my team, so I'm going to keep it at 60. And then here I'm going to describe my students and just tell a little bit about my school and who my students are and things like that, so that you don't have to watch me type. I have already saved this in a document so that you're not having to be bored as I type that up. So I'm just going to copy and paste that from this Word document. But again, you're not going to disclaim individual names or names of your school, and you don't have to get into specifics of the projects. They just want to know some demographics and just kind of who your students are. So I will copy and paste that in right here. And if you want to, you can pause this video and read through my paragraphs here to just kind of get maybe a basic idea of what to write. You'll notice if this sentence is highlighted, that is because this is the first paragraph. I'm sorry, first sentence in the next paragraph, and it will actually be bolded and kind of a bigger font size, and it will stand out in your project. So this was probably a sentence that you really want to use to catch people's attention. Since I have reached the word count that I'm supposed to, it says nice right here. If I haven't, it'll tell me how many more words that I need to type. There is a word quota there. So you want to make sure it says nice right there. And now we're going to upload a classroom photo. The photos can sometimes be little bit tricky. You have to make sure that it's at least 604 by 604 pixels, and then it's a JPEG or a PNG. Also, I would suggest that you use a group photo because we don't want to just focus in on one student. We want it to be just kind of a group, and so that we're not really putting one kid out there for everyone to see. We want it to be a group photo. Or it could also be kind of a photo of your classroom and the kids in the classroom, or some projects in the classroom or out on the field. And so I'm just going to choose a photo. It's going to take me to my pictures here, and I'm going to show you something that could happen. I try to open this and upload that photo. It says it's too small, so that means it's not the 604 by 604 pixels. So that's okay. I can just go back to my pictures and choose photo, and it's going to take me back to my pictures. And I need to pick a photo that is going to have that resolution of 604 by 604. If you can't, you can right click on click properties if you know how to check those, but really we can just keep trying until we find one that's big enough. I know that this one is right, and so it's selected. I have those permission slips. You might consider writing these permission slips to parents so that they can sign them on the website, or just make sure you don't put faces in it. It could be a group photo of the kids looking the other direction, and then you're good to go. So we're going to upload that. Putting in my soccer picture here. It's going to ask me to crop it because it's not going to be, it's a little bit too big. So I'm just going to leave it right there in the middle. That'll work. And I submit that. And now we're good to go. It didn't quite pop up there, but I know it's on there. So I'm going to go ahead and save and continue. All right, next thing it's going to ask me is, what do I want? You get to go shopping for the things you want. I'm just going to click supplies, which the majority of the time you will be doing that. So we're just clicking on the supplies button, and then we get to go and shop at all of these different vendors that we might want to choose. Here's Dick's Sporting Goods, here's Best Buy, here's Amazon. You can use any of these vendors you like to. I always just use Amazon because you can find almost everything you might want there. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Amazon. One thing you have to remember with Amazon, this is going to be your account. You can only use things that are Prime eligible, so you want to make sure you look for that little Prime logo.
Attention teachers, please prepare your classrooms for an announcement.
And then we want to make sure that we can't use digital content. So this needs to be, everything needs to be concrete items. So we're going to go ahead and start shopping. All right, so I just need to put my name in here.
Teachers and students, I just want to let everybody know that we will be implementing a new bell schedule today. Unfortunately,
so then I'm going to create a password for this account. There we go. I'm going to create that account. Just an Amazon account that I can use. And then I'm ready to shop at Donorschoose. And so I can just type in the items that I'm looking for. I'm looking for some scrimmage vests to use at practice. And so these look perfect. I can kind of scroll through and pick anything I want to there, but I'm going to pick these. And these look good. I like the orange color, so I want 12 of them. I'm just going to add those to the cart. I want to keep shopping, so I'm going to click on these again and look for the purple ones. All right, purple's awesome. I'm going to get 12 of those, add those to the cart. I also need some ball bags, so I'm going to type in, search for those. And yeah, these look good. I actually want the black color here. And I'm going to need 4 of those probably. So 4 of those, I'm going to add those to my cart. And I think my cart's good. Here's one thing I'll say about kind of receiving donations and how much you select and how much money you end up in your cart. You are going to get $250 from the Foundation for Oklahoma City Public Schools. They will automatically, it's called a Kickstart, on your very first project. It'll only happen once, but on your very first project, they will just apply $250 to your project. If you have the Sports Matter matching offer on there, they will match that $250. And so as soon as you post your project goes live, you are going to have $500 applied to this project. So if you're like, you know what, I just want to utilize that money and I don't have to go out there and get more donations, then I suggest you keep your cart at $350 because there will be about 150 or so fees applied to this and tax and things like that. And so we want to keep that right at 350 so that the final total, and we'll see that in a little bit, is right at 500. But if you're like, you know what, I know that I can get outside donations, but sending it out on social media and things like that, then go ahead and just keep going on your cart. The $500 will be applied to your project. And then you can just keep seeking donations for the rest of it. So it's just whatever you feel comfortable of. I know that I can get this amount of donations. So once we get our cart the way we want it, we're going to submit those items for approval, and it should take us back to our original page. And then it tells us here what we put in the cart, and then you'll see here how it was 140, but then that comes up to 217 because of the fees through Donorschoose. And so that's why I say keep that at 350 if you're wanting the final total to be about 500. All right, so now we're just going to summarize what's in our cart, telling people what we're looking for. And so I'm going to say my students need scrimmage vests and ball bags for their practices. Again, we want to make sure it says nice here. We're going to hit save and continue. We just need a title, so I'm just going to say gear for the year, something that'll catch people's attention. It says nice there. I'm good to go. Now I'm just going to tell about my project. What are the items that I asked for, and then how are they going to help my kids? So I'm just going to, again, copy and paste that. And if you need to, again, pause and read through that to get you some ideas, feel free to do that. Again, it's going to highlight the first sentence of the next paragraph to make that stand out. I need to check that it says nice, and it does. Then I'm going to pick my subject areas. Very important. If you want the Dick's Sporting Goods match, you have to pick the right subject area. We want to click health and sports, health and wellness, and team sports. Both of those buttons need to be highlighted blue. Do not forget that so that we can get that matching offer. Then we're going to go on to save and continue. This is the review. This is exactly what it's going to look like to the donors. I just want to scroll down through here and make sure everything's good. I think everything looks good. So I am going to submit my project to Donorschoose. Once I submit it, it's going to first review it. And when they reviewed it and say, okay, everything's okay, we can post this, they will send you an email that says, okay, your project is now live and ready to receive donations. Once you are ready for that, you will see that it's it'll say live project right here, and it'll be under that. Right now, we are pending review. And so when it's ready to receive donations, it will go here to live projects. And then you're ready to start sending it out there for friends and family, coworkers to make donations. Once your project is completely funded, they will send you another email, say, do you still need this stuff, kind of email. And you just confirm your funding, you write a short thank you, and then they will shortly purchase your items and ship them directly to you. And we can see all this again underneath the tab under our name that says projects. We can see all of that going on right now. Then once you get your gear and you start using it, you're going to create what's called a thank you package. And after I complete this project that I've just posted, I am going to post another YouTube video on how to complete a thank you package, because you want to stay in good standing with Donorschoose so that you can keep creating projects and keep receiving donations. So be on the lookout for that video as well. I'll be showing you how to create a thank you package. Well, I hope this was helpful for all the coaches of our district. and teachers in our district, so that you guys are feel comfortable getting out there and posting Donorschoose projects, so that we can make sure our kids have just all the things they need for practice and things like that. Thank you guys.